Hey, I'm Logan. Welcome back to Soundtrack Safari, my music-focused Let's Play for Ratchet Clank 2 Going Commando. This one is exciting, I think, for a bunch of people. Already this music is... It has a serene loneliness to it. It's got very understated percussion with just the most gorgeous synth pad in the background. Like this is a really oh, great. All right, let's start it from the top. I believe that's a guitar in there. A guitar with some kind of warbly effect on it. Sounds like a wah and a some kind of filter. But yeah, everything in this track is kind of gentle. That's kind of cool because you're in this hostile, unforgiving, alien place that you've just been stranded in. But I mean, what's the rush, right? Because your ship has been destroyed. You don't really know where you are. You don't know how to get out. You don't even know what your goal is at this point. You're just left at the mercy of this scary place. No, why does that keep happening? Why can't you just be like Spyro and just, bounce off the lava a couple times? I love how that, what I think is a guitar, at least, is hardly even in the track, but it's such an iconic part of it. I think that's a really important thing about a lot of his work, Bergeaux's work. He never overuses anything. It's always just in and out, just so quick to happen. I think that's something that this and the Terraria soundtrack share a lot in common. They cycle between brilliant ideas so quickly, you hardly even have the time to really grasp them, which probably lends to the fact that these never get old. You're never stuck on one thing for too long. You're always moving on.
It says, in case of emergency, break glass with wrench. Hold on. This one says, use rock to break glass to get wrench to break glass to get rock. Ooh, I love logic puzzles. Let's see. If you break the glass with the...
Solved it.
You know how I like the wrench and continue to use it despite it not being, efficient? This was cooler to me than any upgraded weapon. It's just, oh, look at it. All right, let's get some ammo. Ooh, the lava gun and the bouncer. We won't be getting that for a while. I wouldn't mind having the pulse rifle, but I think the lava gun is my next purchase. All of the various percussive elements that just come in throughout the whole track, just building upon the last part. This is the most moody yet danceable track. All of the glitchy sound effects. There's so much happening in here just to make you feel uneasy, while at the same time not trying to scare you. Yeah, this is just a really great track all around. I've never had complaints about this. I think this is one of the reasons this is one of my favorite parts of the game. It just does so much. It fits this perfectly. Yeah, this is the part that feels like the most serene loneliness. It's got gorgeous chords, and then that kind of, I don't know what kind of drum that is. Some kind of hand percussion. I almost just fell off again. But yeah, it's a relatively short loop, and you would never really know that if you don't pay close attention to it, because it just keeps it so fresh the whole time. So catchy. I did also make a retune for this level. I think it's some of my favorite stuff, especially the one out in the, once we get out of here. That's my favorite of the two, but I did make a track for the caves. So I guess I'll just throw that on and see how I feel about it now after diving deep on the actual track. Yeah. I think this was one of the ones that I tried to go... It was hard to get the original music out of my head for this one, which makes sense. It's in all of our heads. So it definitely has a similar sound to it. I'd say I probably went a little creepier Yeah, it's definitely got more of an eerie atmosphere, less distinct melody lines, a lot more reliant on the bass line, and I did make it in a bit of an odd time. I think it's in 7. Yeah, it's in 7. I do think this fits pretty well, personally. Yeah, there are some really fun sounds in there. If you want to hear the whole track, I'll put a link to the video in the description, because I don't want to overstay our welcome in this cave. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't say that it surpasses the original. That would be absurd. That was never even my intention. Alright, let's see what happens down here.
Hand over the experiment now!
I can't do that.
You have 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3.
Whoa! He's she.
This changes nothing. Where's the experiment?
We have returned it to Mr. Fizz Widget.
Oh, you've just put the whole galaxy in imminent danger.
But
I don't have time to stand around explaining it to you. If you have any intention of fixing the mess you've made, watch this.
Oh no! Good thing that wasn't little Susie. Here at the Megacorp testing facility, we make sure the products you buy are safe for you and your family. These are just a few of the products we've rejected to help keep you safe. The Tiny Tot Slingshot, the Nuclear Mousetrap, Self-Wedgifying Underwear, and the Lawn Ninjas. So the next time your toaster doesn't explode in your face, say a little thank you to the Megacorp testing facility.
wow, she's got a few bolts loose. What does a testing facility have to do with galactic danger?
I am unsure. However, I believe we should investigate that location.
Well, we're gonna need a new ship.
I love that, man. That blew my mind. I couldn't believe it was true. Whoop. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think this track is the epitome of what I love about the music in this game. I'm gonna have just so much to gush about here.
Hello, sir?
Hey, that's my ship!
Possession is an illusion. Do not all things belong to the cosmos?
No. That's definitely mine.
This vessel suffers from wounded Cha. Only the power of the crystals can hope to heal it.
Crystals, sir?
Crystals? Like those found in the desert? Beyond. Oh.
Well, we don't have any better ideas. Let's go grab a few crystals.
Yeah, man. This makes me want to explore the entire desert. And I do love how guitar heavy this track is. But then those kind of synthy bells come in. Oof. Alright, we have enough for the lava gun. Let's do it. Hardly enough, but enough. Yeah, let's just do this. Oh, it's so fun. Such a killer spy groove. It feels like a perfect action thriller spy montage track, which is kind of what exploring this desert feels like. And again, the sections cut between heavy orchestral and guitar. Oh, and then it just drops back in. Ugh. That guitar part it'll just be a part of me for the rest of my life. It's definitely something that inspired a lot of the music I've made just in general, not only for this game. It's just in there for life. Yeah, there are like 6 or more like varying sections in this track that just always keep it so fun to listen to. Truly, what a treat. I will definitely be back to this place after I get the charge boots. Whoa. I love just seeing whatever that planet is out there. Okay, so I also made a track for this, of course. I definitely went a different direction with it. Like, I think that this track at large doesn't really try to suit the desert wasteland atmosphere. It's definitely just trying to give you something badass to listen to while you're out here. No complaints here, obviously. This is within my top 5 tracks in the game. Yeah, okay, let's get this finished and I'll get a couple more.
Yes, the crystals are speaking to me with a single voice.
That was pretty impressive.
Bring me more crystals, and I'll pay you cold hard bones. Huh?
Alright, got my ship. Great. Yeah, I've just been grooving to this so hard. And to be honest, I will be back here to collect all of the crystals. So we will hear this track again. That is a promise. But for now, I am going to collect a couple more of these crystals and play the track that I made for this part. See how you feel about it. And here we go. Yeah, it's definitely got a much different vibe. It's definitely much more about the desert than the original track. And the just vast wasteland of it. Yeah, I think this one just came very naturally for me. Because I love this place so much. And the original track, I think it inspired the guitar parts in this for sure. And it's kind of funny, I think this track has more of that serene loneliness for this section than the other track does for the cave section, which is kind of reversed for the actual tracks. Wait now. And of course I couldn't just not make a sick groove. Like, if it didn't have this part, I would say absolutely not to the track, but I still needed it to give you something really fun to listen to while you're out in the desert searching around. And then it comes down a little bit. Yeah, I really tried to make sure there were just as many parts of interest, so you wouldn't really know what's coming next. It is pretty long, I'd say. It's definitely much longer than the original track. Because I figured you're gonna be out here for a very long time, so I would put in a pretty hefty loop. Yeah, I tried to use a lot of acoustic instruments while still having some of that alien synth in there. I've seen some folks say that they think this track would better suit Grelban. I don't know about that. They are both wastelands, both deserts in their own right, so I guess I could see it, but this is what it was made for, and again, not a replacement for the original, because come on now. Now I probably kind of skipped around in there because the track is quite long and I didn't just want to play the entire thing for you here, because that could just take a while. There it is. Iconic. Yeah, I mean, how in the world could anyone replace this? This is just... That bass is so funky, and it stays around for such a small amount of time. Like, I guess it's still going on, but it's... Like, when it's the focus for that short amount of time, oh, that's just what this track does so well. I just want to keep listening to it. And this part is so necessary. It's the most out of place part, but I think it really gets across the meandering nature of the place and kind of the story at this point. It's so good. So it keeps this music going on in this section, huh? Is that right? Yeah, that's interesting. When I made that cave track, I also made it to suit this section. I'm not gonna play it again, I think it's interesting that this is the track they chose for this section. It still fits, obviously, because this track is just such a bop that I really don't think I'd complain about it anywhere in the game. Yeah, I may have given this section its own track. I think I stopped myself from going overboard on the retuned I made for this level, because I initially wanted, I think, 4 tracks, which would have just been absurd. The 2 I already made, one for this little part, and then one for the glider, which, yeah, that just would have been, I think, overkill. I'm still very tempted to make a glider track, though, at some point. I could probably see myself doing it for the next level, because that's a much longer and more elaborate glider section. This was always so cool, man. I love that. I love that it freezes the waterfall. It's the small things. They didn't have to do this. I think the reason this track does suit this section is because of that kind of spy nature to it. It's hard to make a track both suited for the overworld section, you know, the open-ended crystal hunt, and then also a very linear path. It's brilliant craftsmanship, Mr. Bourgeot, as always. That's very funny, right? It's just there. It's did they probably had just somebody that was selling you that at some point, right? Is that the first thing that you kind of just find awkwardly? Either way, I love it. It's very funny that you just find it and you're good now, I guess. You can just fly. Yeah, I think this could have done with a short, exciting... Oh, no. Oh, don't make me... Alright. Man, it was really making me take that in. Yeah, this could have really done with its own track, I think. Would have been a short one. Oh, hello. No! Hold on. I'll get you. Yeah. Gonna be honest, I kind of forgot about that one. There we go. Nice. I love the angle on that. We will be back, for sure. I love this place. I think that's gonna do it. I really can't wait to come back. I always love collecting everything here. It's kind of the opposite feeling I have about Grelbin in a lot of ways. Oh, those Yetis. I'm not so much looking forward to that, but I do love the place in general. Thank you, everyone, as always, for hanging out and listening to this great music with me. If you enjoyed this, you can subscribe and like the video. If you want to see some more stuff like it in the future, you can go and support me over on my Ko-fi if you're feeling extra generous, and follow me on Threads if you want to. And the retune for this will be in the description, so you can go check that out if you want to. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.